Hi everyone,
and welcome
to Shimeer Weekly.
I'm Colin.
I'm Shimeer.
All right, wow.
Well,
What a round of football.
good.
The magic round up here in Brizzy, eh?
Yeah.
How amazing was that?
Yeah.
Huge turnout on every day, even in the horrible weather that we had up here.
We should go to it.
We should have went to it, but it was a bit late for us to go, wasn't it? All right, so we'll start with the first game off the ranks.
Yeah.
All right, and who was that?
The Newcastle Knights.
And the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
All right,
Good.
and the Doggies lost, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did. They lost to Newcastle.
Yeah.
So the score there was 16-6. Doggies had a hard
game.
They've had a hard few games, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. But our next big game.
Bulldogs.
What was our next game on the Friday night?
Bulldogs.
Broncos versus the Seagulls, and that was 38-0.
Yeah. No one can beat them.
Hey?
No one can beat them.
No one can beat them. How good was that?
I haven't played against Newcastle this week.
Well, let's talk about that later, but how good was the game? So what stood out of that game
Their game,
for you? Who was the best player in that game?
Chloe Oates.
Corey Oates.
Yeah, and then defence.
In the defence, Reynolds did an amazing kicking game, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yep. And what else stood out in that game?
He played well. Reynolds played good.
Reynolds did play good. All right. And we'll watch a bit of that right now.
Yeah.
Went dead, didn't it?
Yeah. He got out. Taken up. Reynolds. Yeah. Come on. Reynolds. Yeah. Reynolds. Ramos was another one. Yeah. No, he's going to intercept die. No, that catch him. He had them maroons, maybe.
Maybe.
Coach will be happy.
Coach will be happy.
The coach will be happy.
He will be.
The man with cousin will be happy.
Probably not.
You know what I mean? Martin. Do you like him? Yeah.
Corey Oates.
You like him?
Yep. He's a good player, that Corey Oates. He's played well the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All right, our next game after that was the Warriors versus the Bunnies.
Bunnies won.
And the Bunnies got up. It was a 32-30.
Your mum will be happy.
My mum was not happy because the Warriors lost. But the Warriors only turned up in the second half of that game. The first half of that game
I think that should be playing the Warriors.
Who should be playing the Warriors?
The Warriors painting. He kicked the ball out and the referee didn't even paint the Warriors.
Oh, I didn't give a penalty to him for kicking the ball out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what the refs are like sometimes. But the Warriors did show really good form in the second half, didn't they? They came back in the second half. They just didn't come back enough in it. All right, the next game after that was
Storm.
Titans
St. George.
versus St. George. And Titans got up.
Yeah.
Yep, and that was 20-16. That was a good game, that. That was a good game. That was a tight. There was only 4 points difference in that game, wasn't there? You know, that was a really good game. Then the biggest upset was Storm versus Panthers. Hey?
Storm got the butt here.
Storm did. That was
No, Munster.
32-6.
Yeah.
Panthers. Unbelievable. I backed the Panthers. Panthers are my team. You didn't. You backed the Storm.
Yeah.
All right. Next game after that was the Sharks versus Raiders.
The Raiders won.
The Raiders did win 30-10, and that was a really good game. That was, the Sharks promising, but just not enough, are they?
No.
Just not putting enough in. All right, then we had the Roosters versus the Eels.
Eels won.
Nah.
Eels lost.
Eels lost. Roosters got 31-24. That was a tight game. It was a good game. All right. And the last one for the Magic round was Tigers versus the Cowboys.
Tigers lost.
Tigers lost. Cowboys won 36-12. Up the mighty Cowboys. You know, I don't think really anyone knew. And Sunday was the best day for football because there was no rain. But let's go back. Let's go back to the doggies.
Yeah, the Tigers stood down.
The coach, Trent Barrett did stand down, didn't he?
He's just under pressure.
Yeah, he was definitely under a lot of pressure from that Bulldogs team and their fans and that. But do you think he's the only one to blame though?
No, the players.
The players. I reckon the players should have got a lot to own up to in that. You know, he can only coach as good as what he can coach with his team. You know, if his team's not good, his team, they've got a good team.
Yeah.
You know, they've got some really good players in it, but they're just not. They're not committing to that part of the game. You know, not committing to it. So here at Shimeer Weekly, we would like to send our wishes to Trent.
Yeah.
And his new adventures, and have some deserved time off because it's been a hard road. All right, let's talk about this week. All right, we've got Thursday night game.
Yeah, Broncos.
Broncos versus the Knights.
Who's our winner?
This is your channel, mate. Who do you reckon's going to win?
Broncos do defense.
I reckon Broncos will win. I reckon they're playing marvellous, haven't they? You know, the team has really come together. All right, so then we've got West Tigers versus Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
I actually think that the Bulldogs might win this one.
Yeah.
I think, you know, like West Tigers are good, but I think Bulldogs might win because they're coming off a really hard week, you know, with their coach going. All right. And then our other Friday night game is Eels versus the Sea Eagles. Manly. I'm going to go for Manly.
I'm not going to be too.
Who are you going for?
Manly.
Terrific. Then we got St. George versus the Warriors. I'm going to look Warriors. If Warriors can play like they did.
Jonathan's good.
Yeah, if Warriors can play like they did straight up, like they did in the second half, straight away with the Dragons, I think the Warriors are in for a really good chance.
Yeah, Titans.
All right. So then we've got Cowboys versus the Storm. Look, I would normally say the Storm.
Where are they at?
But the game's up Townsville. So I would normally say the Storm because Storm put on so many points, but they lost so many.
That's their players out.
So, all right. So I'm gonna go Cowboys.
I the Cowboys too.
You go the Cowboys. All right. Then our other Saturday night game is Roosters versus Panthers.
Who you go for?
Who do you reckon?
I'm on Panthers too.
I'm going for Panthers. Panthers all the way. And we got Rabbitohs.
Who you go for?
Versus the Raiders. I'm going for the Rabbitohs.
I'm going for Shed.
Who are you going to go for?
Canberra.
You're going for the Raiders? All right. And our last game to finish off the round is up here in Gold Coast in Queensland again is Titans versus Sharks.
I'm going for Titans.
Going for the Titans too. Definitely going for the Titans too.
You
think?
Yeah.
And how's Kevy? How proud do you think Kevy's going to be?
Dude, he was dancing.
He was dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Kevy. You've done good. Everyone's doing really, really well at the Broncos. And here at Shimeer Weekly, we want the Broncos to win the finals this year, don't we? We know.
We can go to the finals next time.
We can go to the finals. All right. That's it for us this week. Please come back next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Good night.
Good night.
Stacked. You can whisper behind my back.